Woodward Sports Network presents a sports show that's more than just sports. Welcome to The Bottom Line with U of M great and former NFL star Braylon Edwards and Ryan Ermanni. Sit back and let's talk some Detroit sports right now on The Bottom Line.
And here we go. Wednesday, March 16th, 2022. Ermanni and Edwards, The Bottom Line. Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards. Good afternoon to you, my friend.
I forget to do that every day. Hey, man, I was legitimately at the gas station today, and I realized getting gas in this market today is like making life decisions. Do I want to watch Netflix tonight? Do I want to eat tonight? Do I want to pay rent? Gas was like $75. Jesus Christ.
Dude, it was insane. I got a 20-gallon tank I filled up this morning, $90.33. Paid $4.45 for it. I believe that's the price I paid. I watched a news story today where the gas station was $4.15, and I'm thinking to myself, that is gouging.
Yeah, it is.
To have a 30-cent discrepancy within a couple of miles of each other is not right. I wish lawmakers would cut down on that. But how you doing today? Look at this sunshine out there. 60-degree day, Braylon Edwards. Spring is a-coming.
It is amazing. You know, I laugh at the people that tend to jump the gun on spring when it's coming, start to wear short-sleeve T-shirts. Well, yeah, today I was one of those people. I parked across the street, across Woodward, enjoyed my walk across Woodward. Almost got hit by Sean over there. Sean almost got me in HR, but great day outside, man. It's beautiful, and spring's a coming.
As in literally almost hit you?
Yeah, like literally. No, Sean. He blew the horn at me just messing around. He didn't almost hit me, so I'm just messing with Sean. Sean's the money man, as we like to call him here at Woodward Sports Network.
The great Tom Mazawey along as well. Good afternoon to you, Tom.
What up, Ryan? Hey, Braylon. Hey, everybody.
What's up,
Great
buddy?
day. I'm in a great mood today. Fighting a little bit of a headache, but I'm fighting through it.
You know, I will say you're wearing the hated rival White Sox here.
I know, but you know what? I got almost every team. The only team I don't have is the Red Sox.
Maybe you should steer clear of division rivals. You shouldn't wear the Sox, maybe the Colorado Avalanche, the Chicago Bears, and maybe the Chicago Bulls.
Sounds good, man. I don't have any of those. I do have the Chi Sox.
Okay, Chi Sox.
Would the Bears be the rivals over the Packers?
I think so, just because the Lions have absolutely nothing in common with Green Bay.
Well, they have a losing record against all the teams in the league.
We can reach out and touch Chicago. I get it.
At least the Bears suck, too, sometimes.
This is true. For most of the time, to be honest.
Most of the time.
They always have really good players, but then they have terrible records.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. Guys, big show for you today. Coming up in our 3 o'clock hour, we'll talk NCAA tournament with Tim McCormick. Tim is as good as anybody when it comes to analysis of college basketball and just basketball in general. He's a 10-year NBA vet, former Michigan player as well, Bally Sports Detroit analyst as well. We'll get Timmy Mack's assessment of the tournament. Looking forward to talking to him.
Looking forward to talking to Timmy, man. You know, we had a good time at the Killer Kowalski's Christmas party that Maz was so generous in inviting me to. I had a great time, really reconnected with Tim. Him and my father had a relationship when he was at Michigan, so just a great guy, wealth of knowledge with basketball and all things sports. So looking forward to talking to him and keeping my answers very concise.
March Madness trending today as well. NFL free agency continues. Of course, a couple of days ago, the Lions signed Tracy Walker to a 3-year, $25 million deal. Had a chance to talk to Tracy Walker last night, actually.
Yes, you did.
And you will hear that coming up in our 3 o'clock hour. You excited for that, Maz?
I'm looking forward to seeing you in your action, in your element from home.
Hey, man, I got a text message. Tracy's around. You want to talk? I said, yeah, let's talk to Tracy.
See, I wouldn't even know how to record something like that. I got to get hip.
Matt sent a text message last night, Braylon. You're a true pro, Ryan. You're a true
Well, you are. You're the consummate pro.
You are.
You're on top of things. And like Matt said, this is your element. And interviewing individuals one-on-one is a great job. I can't wait to watch it. And I didn't want to watch it before the show because I wanted to dial in and kind of report in real time. Eager to, watch and see what he has to say about the team coming back this year.
I want to see the kids cut in on a couple of the cuts.
Well, we cut that out.
Oh.
We cut that out. I mean, you're trying, and so many people who are trying to work from home have experienced this.
No doubt.
Where the kids just kind of get in the way. And I was outside. I was actually getting ready to grill some chicken.
Ooh.
There you
I was
go.
grilling some chicken outside.
Ooh-wee.
But I had this opportunity, so I took it with Tracy. And the kids are out there screaming and laughing. I said, guys, stop talking. Stop.
Yeah.
But it's all good. So,
Hey, Nick Saban, if he could accept it from, remember the reporter?
Yeah.
And the kid
yeah.
cuts it. I mean,
oh,
come on.
God, Tracy
Everyone
was
knows.
fine.
Of
I
course.
just did, whatever.
course.
That was totally fine. Guys, the Tigers made a signing today. Really good signing, too. Solid
Carlos Correa?
signing. No, not Carlos Correa, but a
Freddie Freeman?
A left-handed relief pitcher that will come out of the bullpen. I guess all relief pitchers come out of the bullpen. Andrew Chafin.
I like it.
2 years, $13.5 million. And you were talking to Craig Monroe about this just yesterday, Braylon. The bullpen is something that has been a problem for this team. Actually, last year it was pretty good, but outside of last year, for the entirety of the better part of the last 2 decades, bullpen has been an issue, and they're trying to shore that up, make sure it's a strength this year.
Yeah, we were able to ask Craig Monroe yesterday about that. The cliche thing is, you got to fix the bullpen in Detroit. Well, diehard Detroit Tigers fans know that the bullpen has been atrocious for over 20 years, with the exception of last year. You have a better bullpen. The Tigers are looking at three championships, or at least 3 more opportunities to be in championship games, the World Series talking about. So excited to get a bullpen guy, and looking at his ERA and looking at his performance last year on the field, he was pretty good. He was pretty good in Chafin, so I'm excited. And once again, making those smart moves. It seems that Detroit sports, whether it's the Lions or whether it's the Tigers, are making those cost-effective, smart moves. This getting Chafin was a really good one for the Tigers.
He's a strikeout guy. Batters 198 against him as right-hand hitters. Doesn't walk a lot of guys, and he's getting $13.8 million for 2 years, but he has an opt-out clause after 1. So Tigers are doing it just like the Lions. Short, little deals, and show me what you got.
Javi Baez wasn't that little, but
There
it was a good one.
loads of NFL topics happening today as well. We may know before we're done off the air where Deshaun Watson will go today.
I do.
You guys both know?
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
Spill the beans. Where's he going today?
It's the same place I said yesterday, Atlanta.
Yeah.
He's in Atlanta now. I don't think they let him go.
You don't think they let him out of the building?
Nope.
So one of the things, if you're following the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes, and that's really what it is, the Houston Texans have approved trade deals from New Orleans, Cleveland, Atlanta, and where's the other one I'm thinking of? Carolina. So those trade packages have been agreed to by the Houston Texans. So now it's up to Deshaun Watson where he wants to play. So he gets to pick.
So the interesting thing about it is he's in Atlanta right now, but Atlanta hasn't, I guess, submitted a proposal to the Houston Texans that they've accepted yet. So we keep saying,
I believe they have.
Did Atlanta?
Yeah, all four teams.
I don't think you can get an interview with him unless they will take a deal
Yeah,
with you.
making sure.
All
But you are
four
right.
teams
Three.
have now.
But no one has said Atlanta has made a deal yet. The other 3 teams supposedly are in lockstep with the Texans.
Really?
Yes.
That's the thing. Like the deals that the Texans have agreed on so far are Carolina, New Orleans, and Cleveland.
Correct.
Atlanta hasn't been
reread
agreed
that
up.
then.
Their deal hasn't been there. He's in Atlanta right now, but they haven't agreed upon his deal yet. So we're waiting. It's still hashing out some stuff. I'm pretty sure by the time the deal's already sent over, it's faxed over. It takes literally hours to read the contract, go through, and negotiate. So they're just waiting for the verification, and that's might be what's taking him so long in Atlanta. He's probably waiting for them to verify that trade. This is the move for him. He's from there. He was a ball boy for the Falcons when he was younger. That's his city. I think it's a good city to be in. And I think you could do a 3-team deal, man, with the Colts. For Matt Ryan, you got the Texans, and also
Baker Mayfield, too. Don't forget. The cat's out of the bag in Cleveland as far as Baker Mayfield goes. He heard the rumors. He heard the rumblings that they interviewed for Deshaun Watson and have offered a deal for him. So where's that leave him? That leaves him on the outside looking in. We'll talk about that later. He penned a letter to the fans of the Cleveland Browns saying, hey, it's been fun.
No doubt. So that's definitely a situation we can get into as well. Colin Kaepernick is a topic we'll discuss too. He is posting workouts like crazy on the field
with Tyler Lockett.
Lockett. He's posting workouts with speed coaches, strength coaches, all kinds of different situations that he's going under. I have the perfect landing spot for Colin Kaepernick. I will let you know where that is coming up as well. But we are really excited about it. Here's one of those workouts right now. And one of the things, Braylon, is we're getting a look at this. I have always said, and I'm glad you corrected me on this, it looks like the delivery part, from the time he pulls that ball back to the time he releases it, is a slow delivery.
Yeah.
But you don't see it like that.
No, he's always been this. This mechanic has always been him. He's always had a slow mechanic. But when he reaches it, it's a rocket. It's a rocket launcher. Even when I was playing with him in San Francisco, it took a while for that arm to get back. But once he puts it this motion, it zips out of his hand. So this has pretty much been his mechanics, his QB mechanics since he came in the league in 2011. It looks the exact same, pretty much.
Did you hang with him at all?
I wasn't. We went out to a couple of engagements. He was very quiet. Like, we went to movies once, you know what I'm saying, and we hung out with his girlfriend at the time. I think he married her, but very quiet guy.
Nice.
Super quiet. Just wanted to talk about football, wanted to be on the football field, or wanted to be at home playing video games. And I wasn't playing video games, so there's the disconnect.
Guys, the Jacksonville Jaguars have done it again. They have signed another free agent to this year's class.
Carlos Correa?
Darius Williams will join a loaded free agent group for the Jaguars. Darius Williams, defensive back. So I want to ask you guys this, because the money that Jacksonville is throwing out right now is nearly absurd. I mean, they're just paying anybody, it seems like, who will take money from them. I want to ask you guys, who has had a better offseason to this point? The Detroit Lions or the Jacksonville Jaguars? Two very different ways to go about free agency. Two very similar spots for these two franchises in where they are in terms of rebuild. And I want to see who you think is going to be better off in the long run, Jacksonville or Detroit, based on what we know about these two franchises right now.
I'll tell you what. Shaq better slow down spending money, because if he spends too much, then the AEW won't have enough to survive. And AEW needs their money.
AEW. Ermanni and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line on a beautiful 3/16 day. And that is the bottom line.
Everything that we've hoped for finally.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Braylon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
It's all happening now.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Citron is the official energy drink of the Red Wings, proud partners with the Detroit Pistons, and exclusively sold at Little Caesars Arena. What is Citron, you ask? It is a beautiful brand of aspirational lifestyle beverages with a line of sparkling flavored energy beverages, premium bottled water, and revitalizer shots. That turmeric and pineapple gets me going every day. And after I work out, hey, why not put a little pep back into your step with some of that Citron energy drink? Buy online at citronworld.com. Promo Red Wings 10. Shipping is included. Drink it, live it with Citron.
Okay, so the franchises are similar in where they are in their rebuilds.
Right.
Detroit and Jacksonville, nothing tells you that more than their records last year. Jacksonville will have the number 1 pick in next month's draft. Detroit will have the number 2 pick in next month's draft. Now, Jacksonville does have a rookie quarterback. The Lions do not. But at the same time, these two franchises are on a similar plane, but they're taking a very different path on how to get to the ultimate promised land, if you will, and that is the Super Bowl. Jacksonville spending money like crazy. $18 million a year for Christian Kirk. Today they signed the cornerback, Darius Williams. Joins a loaded free agent group. Zay Jones, Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, Brandon Sheriff. And then they've got a linebacker and a defensive tackle as well that they got to bring in. I'm not even going to try or attempt to say their names. Detroit, really methodical. They got a wide receiver from Jacksonville, DJ Chark, on a show-me deal, on a prove-it deal. I like it. And they're signing their own players. Tracy Walker is a really solid signing, in my opinion. 3 years, $25 million. And all the jokes about running it back with last year's 13-1 team, because they are signing a lot of their own free agents. So, Braylon Edwards, I will ask you, who has had a better off season up to this point, Jacksonville or Detroit?
I mean, you can make arguments for both of them. It depends on what you like. If you like a team that is going after high valued free agents, they're going to spend that bag. As you say, they're going after players that players that have yards, players that have Pro Bowls, players that have proven themselves. In that case, you got to go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. If you're talking about a team that is, very safe in the way that they're spending money, they're spending about their nucleus. They're trying to continue to create their identity. That is the Detroit Lions defense, which played decent towards the end of last season. Then, you look at the Detroit Lions. They're not spending a ton of money. They're spending quality move, not, more show me contracts like Maz just said, talking about DJ Chark. Show me money. Hey, you know what? You come in, prove it. If you prove it, then I pay you. I'm just not a fan of that. I like more of what the Jacksonville Jaguars are doing. I think they add value to Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence now has some people to throw to. I would have liked him to throw to DJ Chark. Maybe he would have. But now you get Christian Kirk, a guy that's been proven 4 years with the Arizona Cardinals. You get Zay Jones, a guy that Derek Carr last year talked a lot about. Derek Carr was high on Zay Jones. He won the game against the Baltimore Ravens, if you do remember. In overtime, he caught that pass. So just, looking at it from that, they're spending a lot of money, but they're aiming big. They're going in. They want to win it. We talk about J.C. Jackson. We talk about Khalil Mack. You talk about what the Chargers are doing. You talk about what the Rams are doing. You talk about these things. Everyone talks about the rookie deal. Well, guess what? They have a quarterback that's on his rookie deal. Now is the time to spend some money. Now is the time to go after it. Now is the time. And you're in a division where it's up for grabs. I mean, granted you have Tennessee Titans. Ryan Tannehill is unreliable. He's inconsistent. Derrick Henry last year was hurt. You don't know where he would be at. The Julio Jones thing didn't seem to fit all the way. The Colts don't have a quarterback. So looking at it from that perspective, Houston is in a mess. They can legitimately go from fourth or worse to first, as we talked about. The Detroit Lions, I wish that they would spend a little bit more money, and I wish that they would bring in some of those perennial Pro Bowl players. Not a ton of them. I don't mind some of them. Tracy Walker, great move. Bring in a Tyrann Mathieu to help him. And obviously Tyrann Mathieu signing with the Raiders, but bring in Tyrann Mathieu on the other side of Tracy Walker. You got the D-line. Look at DeMarcus Lawrence. Look at Bobby Wagner at the Mike linebacker position. You don't have to get a bunch of players like Jacksonville is doing, but to some extent, add a couple perennial Pro Bowlers that can go around the nucleus that you built last year, that you continuously built. That's where I think the Lions are dropping the ball.
With the exception of re-signing Tim Boyle to a contract, I absolutely love what the Detroit Lions are doing. Because they're not out there chasing players. If there's a player out there that they believe will help this team not only this year, but for the next 3, 4, 5 seasons, I believe they would go get that player. I don't know if there's a guy out there right now on this market at this price that they've missed out on.
Right.
And that is a big deal because we mentioned the Allen Robinson thing yesterday. I mean, Allen Robinson is going to command $22 million a year. Is that the right thing for this franchise right now? Are they an Allen Robinson player away from competing for a Super Bowl?
I think the guy they should have went after, and we talked about it yesterday, is the safety from New Orleans, Marcus Williams.
Right.
But he was too expensive. And if you give him a choice, they gave him $70 million in Baltimore.
5 years, $70 million.
So if we offered him 75 or 80, that's the only way. If we offered him 80, maybe he'd come here. But if you don't offer him the same money or a few bucks more, why are you coming here when you can go to Baltimore?
Well, two things. One, I think we're downplaying the presentation. And I keep talking about the presentation, how you present yourself to a team, how you present the team, how you present the future, how you present what you're doing, how you present the city, how you present sponsorship, how you present all of that and your vision. Everybody says they love Dan Campbell. Everybody says they love what Brad Holmes is doing. Well, that's what you have to convey to free agents. That's what you have to convey to guys that you want to bring in. Like, Ryan, I understand that, hey, you know what? You don't want to go after the Christian Kirks. You don't want to spend the money for Allen Robinson. You don't want to get the big deals like a Marcus Williams. You don't want to pay him $72 million. Like, I understand that. But you're going to have to spend some money if you plan on winning.
Agreed.
Like, literally.
Agreed.
I keep hearing this thing, and luckily I just moved back to Detroit, 4 or 5 years ago. I'm relearning Detroit. I'm relearning the Lions. I'm relearning the pulse of the city. But what I continuously hear is they don't want the Lions to spend money, but they want to go to the Super Bowl. They want to up in Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers, but they don't want to spend any money. They look at players like, he's too expensive. He's too old. There's always an excuse when you mention a player. He's either I've heard 28 is too old. I heard this is too much. I heard, well, you know what? Yeah, he's at the end of his rope. Or I'm tired of hearing it. When you gonna make a move? 70 years? You got to make a move at some point.
Let me ask you this question. Do you believe, what's the better move? DJ Chark, 1 year, $10 million, or Christian Kirk, 4 years, $84 million.
Oh.
I mean,
you got your answer.
Two things. One, it's not a full $84 million, so stop with that. It's fool's gold. My rookie contract was $49 million. I didn't see $49 million. So a lot of that is fool's gold.
Okay, so $50 million.
So it gets thrown out there. It's fool's gold. Now, with that being said, it depends on what you want. If you believe Christian Kirk in that 4 year span with the Arizona Cardinals have shown you all you need to know, you know he's going to be a good guy, but you're scared of paying that money, then that's your guy. If you think that, if that's your logic, if DJ Chark is a guy you really believe in, and you believe that last year he would have come into his own minus the broken ankle last year, you believe hey he could be a good deal, good pick, free, and it's kind of cheap, then go for it. But with that being said, I like both deals. It's about what you want to do. What do you want to do? Do you want to be a team pretending to try to be first place in your division, or do you want a team that want to be the first place in your division?
And another aspect I like about the Lions, just kind of saving some of this cash too, is guys, every single day there seems to be another player cut. Whether it's Tyrann Mathieu, who ultimately signed with the Las Vegas Raiders, whether it's a Bobby Wagner, whether it's
Landon Collins
got cut today. I mean, there seems to be a wealth of guys in that 28 to 32 age range that continue to get cut. And when you just go out there and plop all your money on the table on day one, and you don't have the ability to maneuver or bring guys in as they become available, I think that's another aspect of this that I really like that Brad Holmes is doing, just taking a wait-and-see approach. And maybe you can, after the draft, there's some guys out there. Training camp, there will always be casualties. And if you have the cap space to go attack a position and a player that you really need, I think that's a winning formula.
When you're 3-13-1, there's a lot of players you really need.
Absolutely.
Let's call it spade a spade. If you're 3-13-1, there's a lot of players.
That's the point.
There's a lot of players you're going to need. And I understand that. Look, free agency really starts today. Free agency starts today at 4 o'clock. That's when the free agency market actually really starts. So we're still getting kind of ahead of ourselves in terms of what the Lions have done. Or at least me, I'm getting ahead of what they have not done, let's say it that way. So there's still plenty of guys out there, plenty of free agents out there. So we'll see what Brad Holmes really can do. There's 6 weeks into the NFL draft, and free agency starts today. So there's a lot of room and a lot of time to work some deals. I'm just saying, if you want to go after it, I want to see a GM, I want to see a coach, I want to see him go after some players. I'm not saying you got to spend all your money, but you got to mix some players to mix in with the Tracy Walkers, with the Charles Harrises, with the Jeff Okudas when he comes back, or Amadi Oruwariye. When these guys come back, I want you to mix some players that are perennial Pro Bowlers. You can't have that leadership if you don't have leaders. You can't have that veteran experience if you don't have veteran experience. Like having Tyrann Mathieu, and I'm just using him as a snapshot.
Sure.
You have him on that team. Look at what he's done, and we keep talking about it. Everywhere he's gone, he's been a winner. And you know what he's going to do for a team in the Raiders? It's a perfect fit for him with the Raiders. What he's going to do, if you want me to wait till we come back and say it now, it's on you.
Sit right there, because I want to get Maz involved in this conversation as well. And then, I've got another element to stick into this here, too. We'll go there next, guys. Ermanni and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, bottom line.
Hi, I'm Kay Cunningham. I'm proud to partner with Hall Financial, the mortgage company known for 5-star service. Don't just take my word for it. Check out their 5,000 5-star reviews for yourself. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started with your 5-star experience today.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Hey everybody, it's Maz from MyBookie.ag. It's where I put all my sports bets in, and I cannot wait till tomorrow when Michigan tips it off with Colorado State. Devante Jones out with concussion protocol. How is that going to affect the line? I have no idea, but right now Michigan a 2-point favorite over those Rams. And, of course, Michigan State gets going against Davidson on Friday night. The Spartans a 1.5-point favorite. Don't forget, if you're a first-timer to MyBookie.ag, use the promo code Woodward. They'll double your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. That's free money for you to do whatever you want with it. March Madness, NBA, NHL, bet the NFL futures. It's all out there. Tom Brady, what are you going to bet on the Buccaneers? They were 60-1. They're 25-1 now to win the Super Bowl. Go get them at mybookie.ag. Promo code Woodward. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. And don't forget, if you have a gambling problem, use the Michigan Problem Gambling Hotline, 1-800-270-7117.
Just kind of continuing our conversation here, who has had a more successful offseason up to this point, the Detroit Lions or the Jacksonville Jaguars? Two very similar franchises in where they are in their rebuilds, going about it in a very different way. The Lions just kind of methodically re-signing their own players. They did add DJ Chark, wide receiver, to a group that they absolutely had to upgrade there at wide receiver on a one-year, $10 million deal. That deal could get as high as $12 million. And Jacksonville is just spending money like crazy. By the way, if you are watching on YouTube, we certainly appreciate it. Smash that like button for us. We'll try to get over 200 likes once again today. We did so yesterday, and we certainly thank everybody who hit that like button for us. But Braylon, just to continue on here, you were making a point about Tyrann Mathieu, who has won everywhere he's ever been. Why not go get a player like that?
Yeah, people look at it and say, oh, Tyrann Mathieu, he's in year 10. He's getting old. He's 29. He's got a lot of wear and tear. Like, Tyrann Mathieu is not only a winner. What was the biggest thing that the Raiders struggled with last year? The Raiders struggled with leadership. They struggled with off-the-field incidences. They struggled. That was where they were really bad at. Tyrann Mathieu comes to the team. Not only does he provide leadership from a football perspective, but just off the field. Ever since he got into his issues at LSU, he's been a whole different guy. He's been a very different guy since he's gotten the NFL, gotten his chances. He's talked about it very candidly. Just being excited, being in the moment, like living for today and knowing that at any moment it getting taken away from you. So don't give it a chance to get taken away from you. So I think that's a great move by the Raiders, bringing him out there for leadership. But going back to the Detroit Lions, I just want to see them make some moves. You asked the question, was it the Jaguars or was it the Lions that have a better offseason? If the Lions make all these moves with bringing back everybody they had last year and a couple small, low-cost moves, and they win 5 games next year, did they win? You tell me.
Well, there's some guys out there I want you to look at. The best 5 defensive free agents still on the board, and there they are. So you still got a lot of talent out there to get. I'm not sure if the Lions are going to go after it. Tyrann Mathieu, as you were saying, Braylon. But is it his time to shine here now? We're not ready yet.
Well, that's my point. If I could jump in on this, because Braylon, you bring up a great point. But my thought process in talking about how I believe the Detroit Lions have had a more successful offseason, it's because, look, I could come out here, and I do come out here every day, and I say that the Detroit Lions are going to compete for a division. They're going to make the playoffs. I'd be disappointed if they don't make the playoffs. That's a lot. I do believe that to some extent. Yeah. But that's part of being ill as well. I have a mental illness when it comes to the Detroit Lions.
Yes, you do.
And I will fully admit that.
Don't worry, SMA can help you.
I will fully admit I'm one of the sickos that believes in this team every year. However, this is a 2 or 3 year plan to get good and stay good. And I don't believe there's a free agent on the board this year that
Stephen Gilmore
automatically turns this team into a 10, 11, 12 win team this year that will help them compete for a Super Bowl this year. But all these little things that they're doing now, building a foundation, I do believe that helps them, and they're not locked into a player long term that's going to cripple them in year 3 or year 4 of this rebuild, and I consider this year 2. So if you look at Jacksonville, if one of those guys that they signed doesn't work, I mean, some of these contracts will just cripple them moving forward if just one doesn't work out. And I'm thankful that Brad Holmes is doing it a little differently because he knows this is a long-term play. They'll improve this year, hopefully. We all believe that. Maybe 6, 7, 8 wins, heaven forbid. And then, next year, which would be year 3 of this regime, that's when you go for it.
Ryan, if I'm buying into that, let's say, I buy into what you're saying. I'm buying it. I pull my wallet out. Oh, you know what? Get my wallet out.
Buy some tickets.
Let me get my wallet out. put my card on the table. I'm buying to what you're subscribing. Can I just make one suggestion to what you're subscribing?
Yes.
Don't have your blinders on and can miss potential great players that can be a part of your rebuild, that can be a part of that 3-year vision that Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes talked about early in the season. Don't miss out on players that are available this year. Like a Stephon Gilmore. I mean, I'm just throwing, it's one of the first names I saw up there. Like a Stephon Gilmore, guy that won Defensive Player of the Year 3 years or 2 years ago. Don't miss out on a guy with your blinders on, so focused on low cost, low cost, low cost. Don't make a dumb move like the Jaguars, waiting to year 3, that you miss out on some great players. That's the only thing I will add to what I just bought. I pulled my wallet out. I bought it, but just don't have your blinders up because there are some guys out here.
Scratch a guy off. Scratch Chandler Jones' name off as well. Mm-hmm. Raiders signed him.
And look, the Raiders are doing
5 minutes ago.
But again, this is exactly what I'm talking about. The Raiders are a team that has built their team through the draft, that are on the precipice of championship level in a division where every team is just disgusting, and they're going out there and plucking the free agents that make them better. And that's where I think ultimately the Lions would like to be next year or the year after that.
Yeah, but the only difference is look how long it took the Raiders. When John Gruden came in and made that move with Khalil Mack for the Chicago Bears, everybody looked at him like he was crazy. Mm-hmm. And now that Khalil Mack is, they're still kind of looking at him like he's crazy. John Gruden had the ability to have that 10-year contract. He could last that long. He could wear through the storm of what they were able to do with AB and all the nonsense that was 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know if Dan Campbell can get through that. I don't know if Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes can wait that long. Will Detroit be able to wait that long for Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes to be able to make moves like that? I don't know. That's the only thing I'm saying.
How about Miles Jack?
How about that conference, though, that division?
Is he going to be that expensive, Miles Jack?
Miles Jack
young guy, maybe not the greatest, but better than what we have.
Miles Jack is a player this team should absolutely do their homework on. He's 26.
Yes.
He's missed, 3 games in his career?
We'll take 2 Jags. We'll take 2.
In doing that research, you better know that he has a degenerative knee injury, a degenerative knee issue that could fade or at any time. I don't know exactly what it is.
So then there you go.
But you got to do your homework on that one.
So then there you go.
Lions,
How about Carl Nassib got cut today?
Yeah.
Carl Nassib, defensive end from the
Raiders.
God, I always want to say Oakland.
Just say the Raiders.
Just say the Raiders.
I think he had his mental was really hard hit last year with everything that came out behind John Gruden and the homophobia, if you will, in the letters that he read or in the emails. He took some time off. He took some mental. He never really came back. He never came back at all playing the way he did before that. I think that the whole deal in the Raiders, I think he needs a fresh start.
The Carl Nassib thing is a perfect example, though, of kind of what I'm talking about. Every day, because of contracts that are signed, big time money, free agent contracts that are signed, there's players like falling off trees. The wealth of talent in the NFL right now is as good as it's ever been.
It's better
in the history of the NFL. There are more guys that are really, really good players than at any point in the league, I think.
Here's an honest question to you guys. Do you honestly think, both of you, tell me, do you think Carl Nassib gets another job?
Absolutely. Yeah, He's a very productive guy.
Okay. I say no.
Because he's gay?
That's what I'm saying.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm saying he came out. He was on the Raiders. They hugged him. They loved him.
He was balling.
He's out now. I don't know.
Well, he's 28 years old.
I'm just saying.
There's a magic window again.
He's 28 years old. He only had a sack and a half last year. Is that true? Maybe.
He sat out a bunch of games.
Yeah, he did. He sat out a bunch of games. So I don't know if that's fair or not. But
going back to what you said, the talent is at a level of the all-time high. I mean, just look at that conference. I mean, look at that division that you're talking about right there. That's the AFC West. Like, once again, another team in the AFC West is gone and get that much better. Williams, and then you add
Matthew.
You just add, my God. Like, that division is ridiculous, man. There are players falling off the tree at every round. But these are players that GMs know about. Like, these aren't secrets. These aren't things that just happen and teams are, oh, wow, they cut this guy. We didn't know that. Well, let's go and make a move for him. Like, these GMs have known what the other GMs were thinking. They all in the same group. They kind of talk to each other. So go make a move, man. Ball's in your court.
Guys, Georgia's Pro Day is today. And everybody out there that is covering this thing is just fawning at the mouth, salivating at the mouth at these Georgia defensive players. All of them.
The exception of one player.
All of them, okay? There is one guy, though. Another TW, if you will. The Lions signed Tracy Walker. There's another TW out there that I think the Lions might be in on at number 2. We'll have that for you next. Ermanni and Edwards on a Tuesday. Wait, no, what's today?
Hump day.
Wednesday.
Ermanni and Edwards, the bottom line.
What day is it?
Who?
Think you're a big shot?
Oh, excuse me, it goes down.
Think you can make the big shot?
Washington fires. Hits.
Woodward Sports wants to send you to the finals for college basketball April 2nd through the 4th in New Orleans. That's right, you and a friend in the Big Easy. We'll take care of the airfare, hotel, and tickets to see the finals for college basketball. Listen Monday through Friday to the Morning Woodward Show. Big D Energy. And the bottom line for your chance to qualify. If you can make the big shot, you and a friend are getting out of the cold and to New Orleans.
Got it.
Keep listening and watching for your next chance to win. Powered by Planet Fitness, Syntron, and the Sports Marketing Agency.
And it's over. Anything can happen in March.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Hey, gang! I want to tell you about Guardian Alarm, boy. Yeah, you see that black and yellow sign out in front of your house. It tells the bad guys one thing.
Stay out.
That's what it tells them. Whether your home or your business, a good defense helps you feel secure. 24/7 local monitoring. Gonna control your lights, temperatures, detect smoke, carbon monoxide. You have that convenience. Even gonna let you lock and unlock your doors. All you have to do, call that number above my head. 1-800-STAY-OUT. That number again, 1-800-STAY-OUT. Stay out. Guardian Alarm.
Of here.
Tell them Woodward Sports sent you. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts.
Hey, you, get out of here.
Georgia Pro Day today. Everybody salivating over Travon Walker, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, and the rest of them. But Travon Walker specifically is a guy, Braylon, that you had mentioned over a month ago.
Yeah.
Take a look at this guy. Take a look at this guy. Take a look at this guy rocketing up the draft boards, and I think significantly in play for the Lions at 2. He's even doing drills at linebacker today.
Yeah, he's a special individual, a special talent. You talk about 6'5", 263 pounds. I mean, the man's he's a man-child. He played at 275 when he was at Georgia. He's fast, explosive. I just watched a couple plays against the Michigan game in the Orange Bowl. I watched it over and over and over. I've seen that game now about 5 times. You know, as in one, I had to watch it.
I barely watched it
when I didn't know
once.
what was going to happen, and I've seen it 4 more times trying to get ready for the NFL draft. Travon Walker, man, the way he comes off the ball, the way in which he sheds the defensive lineman, the way in which he can move inside as well, the way in which he can move back, like Micah Parsons kind of said. He's a he's a much bigger than Micah Parsons, but has the same range, if you will. He can play on the end, he can play in the middle, he can actually play back as a Mike linebacker as well. The play he had where he shed our left tackle, got to the fullback, knocked the fullback out, and then grabbed Corm in the backfield. He did all that in the backfield. This guy is really good, and that's why Jordan Davis towards the end of the season kind of got overlooked, because Travon Walker really started coming on probably about the last 5 games of the season. So he's a guy that's a monster, and you're looking at him jumping up into the 10 after that pro day. I mean, after his combine, jumped into the top 10, and he's a guy that might even jump higher and get in that 4-5 range.
All right, Bray, you're on the clock. You're the Lions. Hand the card in. Hutchinson's there, and Travon Walker's there. Who's got the bigger upside?
Upside?
Who's got the bigger upside?
Don't make me say.
Yeah.
Upside is Aiden Hutchinson. Travon Walker is going to be what he is from day one, though. Travon Walker is going to be what he is at day one. So, if he comes in day one, 12 sacks, he's 12 sacks, period. If he comes in bad, he's bad. So, I say upside.
Why would he come in bad?
But I think Travon's ready to play.
Why would he come in bad?
No, I'm just saying, if he didn't cut it. To answer your question, I say.
You get me really interested in him, is what I'm saying. You got me going here.
I like Trayvon, man, and just.
I mean, can you go wrong picking a guy from Georgia?
He can play he can play any position on that defensive front.
Yeah.
And now if you're telling me he's doing drives, he's doing drills at linebacker.
I go Travon Walker because all I can think about in my head is Micah Parsons. All I can think about is Micah Parsons. Now, is he Micah Parsons? No, but in terms of range, look what Micah Parsons did last year. Micah started as a stand-up linebacker, then became then put his hand in the ground. Like he was the best rush. He was the best rush in the league at one point last year.
He's the best.
So if you're talking about the versatility, then you got to go with Travon Walker.
Man, I'm sold.
Yeah.
Would you give 2, 32, and 34 to the Giants for 5 and 7?
Why?
So
you want your safety and your defensive end?
I want Travon Walker
and Jordan Davis.
Honestly?
Honestly.
Wow.
You said 5 and 7. That's what. Yeah.
I'll give you 2, 32, and 34 for 5 and 7. And I'll take with 5 and 7. I'll take Travon Walker and Jordan Davis.
Oh my goodness.
Would you be okay with that?
Nah.
I'd be okay with it. I'd be okay with it, and I'd be okay if we held on to it as well because I want my receiver at 34.
I understand.
But who's left at 32? That's the kicker.
There's no receiver left at 32. I'm telling you that right now.
There might be. Jahan Dotson
how
might
about
slip.
This? Jahan Dotson's go. There's 5 elite wide receivers in this. Look, I'm no draft expert, okay?
No, I understand that.
Just by what I'm going by.
Of course. We're all readers.
Like I last year at this time, if we were doing this, I wouldn't have said, if they don't get Amon-Ra St. Brown, you know what I mean? Come on, it's a 4th-round pick. So I shouldn't, whatever. But of those 5 elite guys, Olave, Garrett Wilson, Drake London,
Wilson,
Jameson Williams.
He's slipping.
And because of the injury.
John
Dotson.
Christian Harris.
But those 5 guys, if you want to add 6,
Tyron.
I just don't think they're gone. I think wide receiver is like the new quarterback. The wide receiver position, there'll be 5 wide receivers. Last year, there was 5 quarterbacks that went in the first 15. This year,
Louisiana Lions has dropped the pipe, Ermanni.
What do you mean?
That's tough. 'Cause I'm just saying, I don't think there's 2 players that you can take in those 2 positions to take me out of having those 3 picks.
Yeah.
You're talking about 2, 32, and 34. You're essentially going to get really good picks at all 3 of those positions, man. And actually, your 34th pick could be better than your first 2. But you're talking about giving up all 3 of those for a 5 and a 7, and then you're talking about taking Jordan Davis and Travon Walker.
That's interesting.
If you're going to take Travon Walker, then you wouldn't have to take Jordan Davis. You could take
Nakobe Dean.
who, by the way, didn't run this 40 today. He has a pec injury. So, but I mean, that doesn't mean anything.
Take the kid from Louisiana State, from LSU.
Derek Stingley Jr.
Yeah, if you want to do that, I would do that.
I mean,
I would take Travon Walker and Stingley.
I mean, call me crazy. I just think these Georgia guys.
It's fun.
How about you take Thibodeaux and Walker?
There's something about
I know you don't like him. That's
something about Thibodeaux that I just am sour on, and I don't know what it is. Maybe because
I'm with you.
I couldn't.
He didn't play
tell
enough.
You. He didn't. I have not seen him enough. But I would have said that if you would have told me that about Penei Sewell. I didn't see him either because he didn't play. He didn't play. But again, these narratives, and I hate that word, even though I keep using it. These narratives surrounding these players stick with them.
Yeah.
In the talk around Thibodeaux is that he's a me guy, and I'm almost so mad at myself that I'm buying into that.
Every DN and is a me guy in the NFL, and they all are.
But I'm buying into this tag that they are placing on this player, and I hate that I'm doing it.
In order to do all the things that Kayvon Thibodeaux, as well as these other players in the NFL, let's say Aaron Donald, let's say a Von Miller, let's say Myles Garrett. Let's say Myles Garrett. These are the big DNs. These are the big rush guys. In order to do all these things that they do off the field, so that they help their brand, so that they make money, they have fun, they travel, they create Bitcoin or crypto, or whatever the hell it is these guys are doing now.
They prove themselves
NFTs.
already.
In order to do that, but even before that, man, what did those guys have to do? They had to ball on the field. In order to do all that extra stuff, I learned this from Michael Irvin at the Combine. He told me, he said, hey, young blood, man, you going to be, I like you. That's my Mike Irvin. Let me stop. But Mike is a great guy, man. He came up to me. We were talking. He was working for NFL Network. And he said, man, just remember what pays the bills first. Now, this is what and this came out of nowhere. Like, he didn't know me from Adam. He said, just remember what pays the bills first. What pays the bills is the NFL football field. It's working. It's catching passes. It's being a wideout. It's getting the end zone. So for these guys like him, he does other stuff off the field. Yes. But he knows how to keep doing stuff off the field. You got to go sack the quarterback. And I think Kayvon Thibodeaux will be sacking the quarterback a lot.
Let me ask you, Maz, who drafts today? Who are you taking?
The way you guys are talking, I'm taking the kid from Georgia.
Travon
I'm taking TW. I'm taking TW. If Hutch is there, the way you're talking, and I've seen him play, and we've heard everything about him, and he dominated at the combine. Looked great. Best guy there.
Talking about Hutch?
Talking about Hutchinson. But the way you're talking about Travon Walker, I'm licking my chops, man.
The thing about Walker that I really like is the versatility as well. I mean, he can literally play anywhere on that defensive front.
What's his size again?
6'5", 275.
And what's Hutch?
I got it at 6'4". Let me see. Hutch.
So they're close.
Hutch is 6'5", 240.
All right, they're close. They're almost the same body.
He played 260. I think he'll be a little low. He'll probably come in the league by like 255, 250. Yeah.
Man.
So.
Hey, I think I'd be happy with either one of them.
6'6", 265.
That's what I said, yeah.
6'7",
Holy crap.
Travon Walker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, either guy falls in my lap at 2 and I have to pick at 2 and I can't deal the pick, I'm happy.
Excuse me. Here we go. Travon Walker, 6'5", 275. Aiden Hutchinson, 6'6", 265.
Yeah. Okay.
So very comparable.
Same size.
Very comparable.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you just look at the SEC, you look at the competition that he played against, you look at that level of that and how they embarrassed everybody down there this year, and you see what he did, how they played. It was just.
But Hutch did well as well.
I mean, you look at this first 8 games in Michigan schedule, like you can ignore them, but yeah, he's a monster. It's tough. It's tough. I go Trayvon.
You think Jacksonville takes Walker?
No, I think
shocks everybody.
I think they take Aiden Hutchinson, but again, how many people? You never know what's going to happen in these drafts.
Inside source, they're not taking Hutchinson.
Really?
Inside source, they're not taking Hutchinson. Trade the pick.
Houston.
Trade the pick.
Or excuse me, Jacksonville.
Trade the pick.
Jacksonville's trading?
Trade the pick.
Potentially. There you go.
Inside source.
How about it?
I know that inside source.
No, it's not who you think.
Okay.
It is not my brother Marcus.
All right, so that's
your sister.
That's pretty. That's pretty significant. That's pretty significant.
That's something.
So if they trade,
Who
what
goes
team
up?
trades up to get who?
I don't know all that now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Are they going up for Malik Willis?
If Jacksonville trades out, who does go up and who are they looking at? Is it Hutchinson? Is it Walker? Is it Thibodeaux? I mean, who
is it? Malik Willis?
Is it Malik Willis? Maybe they're afraid that the Lions are going to take him at 2. Wouldn't that be something?
They didn't take Chase Daniels.
Guys, if you are watching on YouTube, we certainly appreciate it. Another day with big numbers. We love you so much. Thanks for being a part of Woodward Sports Network. We're trying to do something different over here. Go ahead and smash that like button for us. Hit that like button. Subscribe to Woodward Sports. It just helps get our content out. We stick around a little bit longer. And we intend to be here for a long, long time. We're going to talk to Tim McCormick coming up at the top of hour number 2. We're going to talk to Tracy Walker. Travon Walker on my mind. Going to talk to Tracy Walker. Had a chance to speak with him last night as he was driving around, and I was barbecuing some chicken in the backyard.
Sounds like a hell of a conversation.
So I talked to Tracy Walker. We'll play that for you. But guys, next, what did Vegas know about Tom Brady, and when did they know it? Because there are some whales that dumped big money on the Bucs at 60-1 right before the announcement was made. What did they know, and when did they know it? It's being looked at, a little insider trading, and what that Brian Flores lawsuit potentially blew up for Tom Brady. We'll have it for you next. Ermanni and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
60 degrees outside, perfect time after work to get you some Gypsy vodka. This stuff is smooth. Michigan's own gluten-free vodka. Adam and Mike, you got it right with this one. Also, now you have in-the-can pre-made Moscow Mules with Gypsy vodka. This stuff is really amazing. That's because it's corn distilled 6 times, count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times using artesian spring water. Go down to your local liquor store and ask for it by name, Gypsy. Tell them the crew over here at Bottom Line sent you. You might get a discount. Remember, if you're going to drink responsibly.
Hey, gang, want to tell you about Wing Snob. That's right. You know what? Fresh, juicy, hormone-free chicken. Ooh, it sounds so good. Wing Snob has the best traditional wings. Try our signature sauces out. Jamaican jerk or lemon pepper. And those wings are tossed to perfection in any sauce you pick. When the wings are this good, you're allowed to be a snob. Order online and find a location near you. Wingsnob.com. Wingsnob.com. We just have better wings.
Perfect time for wings right now, man. I mean, March Madness coming up. Weather's breaking.
Hey, we got to get some Wing Snob tomorrow.
Yeah.
Can we get some Wing Snob tomorrow?
Why not?
Stick, Joey. Y'all hear us in the back?
Yes.
Wing Snob. Tomorrow.
We need a Wing Snob party tomorrow.
70 degrees outside.
Oh,
hey, man.
St. Patty's Day.
And it's St. Patty's Day.
My dad's birthday tomorrow.
My sister's Sue's.
Look at that.
Yeah, check that out.
I got my kid's birthday. Lydia's going to be 7 on Sunday.
Baby girl.
Oh,
Lydia
man.
and Luke.
Man, they just keep getting bigger, man.
Did Lydia video the Tracy Walker interview for you?
She was there,
all right.
being all loud. Absolutely. Guys, I do want to get to this. We're going to talk about Michigan's trek in the NCAA tournament, maybe a little bit harder now. Devante Jones is going to be out tomorrow against Colorado State because of concussion protocol. Really feel bad for that kid, too. I mean, this is why he came to Michigan, to be part of the NCAA tournament, and his shot potentially lost now. We'll see. We'll talk to Tim McCormick about that coming up in about 8 minutes from now. But in the meantime, I want to talk about this. Let's put this tweet up. This is a really interesting deal. Pro Football Talk. A major Las Vegas sports book wants the NFL to investigate whether someone placed a major bets on the Bucs based on inside information regarding Tom Brady's recent unretirement. Vegas always knows, right? So a bettor, couple of them, dumped big money on the Bucs Super Bowl odds at 60 to 1.
And they were not wearing a Brady jersey. These are real gamblers.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Lifetime professional gamblers. They also dropped a ton of money at 25 to 1.
30 to 1 and 25 to 1.
So they knew something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what happens at this point. You know, I don't know if the NFL comes to the conclusion the NFL is not going to investigate this. They're just not going to. This is outside of their purview.
I think this is Westgate Casino, if I'm not mistaken. So, hey, Westgate, your loss, I think, right now. But you got had. No question about it. But they got to win, too. And I don't think they will.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it could be. You know, obviously when he did this, he was overseas at a soccer tournament, so maybe somebody overheard him. Maybe somebody overheard him talking to Ronaldo or overheard a conversation. He said out the country. I don't know. I can't get involved. I don't know what the ramifications are. Like, how do you prove it? You know,
right, that's the thing.
I don't know how you prove it to that nature. But you've been screaming that he was coming back anyway. So.
I have, but I also believe that if it wasn't Tom Brady coming back, I do believe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would have done everything in their power to get Deshaun Watson, too.
Yeah.
I don't think that was out of the realm of possibilities. And you have seen at least 3 of the 4 teams in the NFC South division have put packages forward to
Well,
Houston
let me ask you this.
for Deshaun Watson.
If you guys are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and I came up to you and said, you can have Brady for another 2 years, or you could sign Deshaun Watson.
B.
Who are you going for?
B.
You're going for Watson.
100% without batting an eye.
Yeah, I agree. Brady's going to be playing that song and dance, do I stay or do I go? I don't have time to be playing that for 2 years. I'm trying to prepare for the future, so I definitely will go with the Watson move.
Also, this is interesting. Pro Football Talk saying that Tom Brady, his master plan in leaving the Bucs did involve the Miami Dolphins. So Pro Football Talk on Twitter, the Dolphins plan to pursue Sean Payton to be their coach and Tom Brady to be their quarterback. And that plan was scrapped after the Brian Flores lawsuit was filed against the NFL generally, and the Dolphins, Giants, and Broncos specifically. What would have happened in Miami if a Sean Payton, Tom Brady duo would have went south?
If you read the story, it'll tell you. They were going to have Tom Brady come in at quarterback. Sean Payton run the team from the sideline. But go here further. Tom Brady would have been a minority owner with the Miami Dolphins and had full control of the team. Full control. More than a GM. In other words, it would be him and the owner, who is?
Stephen
Ross. That was the deal. It was going to happen. Tom Brady was going to go to the Dolphins. This was a master plan. He built that mansion in Miami. Sure, Tampa Bay is nice, but it ain't Miami.
Yeah,
all right? He was going to be the Dolphins' big boss, period. And then the Flores deal came out. He said, oh, I've got to scratch my name out of this.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention, you heard what Brian Flores said. Brian Flores said that they had that tampering meeting scheduled, and Stephen Ross tried to get him the season before to come down there and talk to Tom Brady on the boat, and Brian Flores said, wait, Tom, that's tampering, I'm out. He didn't go. Now, if that's the story and he's sticking to it, now more you're starting to see come out.
Like
Tom Brady, you're hearing Stephen Ross, you're hearing the Dolphins, you hear it come out. It's talked about right there. So it seems like Brian Flores might have been on to something. That might be honest when he was talking about the Miami Dolphins and Stephen Ross.
He was.
And Tom Brady.
Is there a player on offense specifically that Tom Brady doesn't approve anyway?
Is
Probably
there a
not.
player that he won't approve?
I mean, even
I'm just saying he would have been.
I understand.
He would have been the face of the Miami Dolphins. He would have took over for Stephen Ross, although he's the big guy.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I guess what I'm saying is there an acquisition towards the end of the New England Patriots days, or even in Tampa, or still in Tampa, that Tom Brady doesn't approve? You know, like
gotcha.
Like if the general manager goes to Tom Brady and says, "Hey, do you want this guy? We're thinking about him. What do you think of him?" Belichick had to have done that as well. I would believe.
Yeah.
At least offensive players.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, he's definitely been not vouching for players, but he's definitely been signing off on players, yea or nay, for a long, long time. So I would agree with you on that. He would have been perfect at that. He'd be perfect. It'd be fun. And
he still might bounce back to Miami one of these days, right? I mean, it's not out of the realm of
Ross
possibility.
Is still there, we got to still see what happens with the whole deal with Ross and saying that he told him to take games, and also with the sports book, because that's not over with. Like that's got some legs. The more and more we start to hear stuff, you're like, that's Stephen Ross and with the sporting book and telling Brian Flores to take games. That thing isn't gone away. We haven't talked about it, but that thing's coming back.
You would almost believe that Brady would want to go to Miami even more now, because it's a real possibility that Stephen Ross may have to give up that franchise, and he'd be
right in line.
He'd be right there. Guys, before we talk to Tim McCormick and get into some college basketball, I want to let you know that Woodward Sports is sending you to New Orleans to see the college basketball finals. Listen, Monday through Friday to the Morning Woodward Show, afternoons with Big D Energy, and drive time with the Bottom Line. Want more chances to qualify? Make sure you are following Woodward Sports on Twitter, Instagram, and head to woodwardsports.com.
From now until March 25th, that means you have less than 4 weeks to go and qualify. 60 on-air qualifiers, including one today, and I have the question for you coming up. Guess what? Airfare included, tickets included, hotel included to the NCAA championship game. It should be an amazing time, and it's all on Woodward Sports. You don't have to do anything but sign up, qualify. You know how you qualify? Here's how you qualify. Which NCAA coach has the most, I can't say it, championship wins in the last 10 years? Which NCAA coach, still active, has the most NCAA championship wins, tournament wins.
So all you have to do is go to YouTube and be the first person with that answer.
Who has the most championships in the last 10 years? There you go. There we go.
I'd have to Google that.
I know.
I hope you know the answer because I'm gonna. We've got the YouTube chat up.
Most championships in the last 10 years.
Rob J believes this contest is rigged. Why do you say that, Rob? I would love to know. Look at Rob J. What do you mean this contest is rigged?
What's up?
I don't get it.
Most championships in the last 10 years.
We got a Coach K here.
Is that the
I
winner?
don't think that's correct.
No, Coach K, no. He has 1 in the last 10 years. He has 2 in the last 12 years.
Ooh-wee.
Keep going, fellas.
There's somebody with 2 wins.
Everybody's saying Coach K. So the championship wins, not tournament wins.
Yes, championship wins.
Championship wins, not
The answer is 2 in terms of how many championship wins. Now, who has 2?
What are the school colors?
Similar,
when does that winner get announced? I don't have that on my
Georgetown?
sheet. When
The
does
13th.
The 13th of April?
Oh, the 13th passed already.
Yeah.
I can give you a hint.
Do you have that sheet? When does the winner get announced? Does anybody know?
March 25th.
I do not know. We will find out for you.
Is it the 25th, 26th? We'll find out.
Sam, I'm putting
Coach
you in
Cal,
charge.
Bill Self, Coach Cal.
No.
and no.
Jay Wright.
Thank you.
C.J. Snyder.
Jay Wright.
C.J. Snyder, I feel like he's won already. Has C.J. Snyder won already, Sam?
We have Ron L. Stokes will come in second. He'll take over.
Jay Wright run in 2018 and 2016 and 2018.
Sam?
C.J. Snyder has one, so whoever's second.
Okay,
right.
so whoever's second. Who was it? Ronell Stokes.
Ronell Stokes.
Ronell Stokes, you are today's qualifier. So Ronell Stokes, we need you to email I love March Madness 2022 at gmail.com. I love March Madness 2022 at gmail.com. Email Sam your name, and then Sam will reply back with just some basic questions that he needs from you, and you'll get those and you'll move along.
We made him do some work on that one.
Ronell Stokes. Yeah, that's why I ask you the easiest questions possible.
CJ said he was tired of everyone getting it wrong. That's why he re-answered it.
No, I appreciate it.
It's a good job, Snyder.
Now, Coach K was a good one. Coach K is 12 years old. Coach K won in 10 and
I forgot Villanova
15.
won twice.
Yeah, they won in 16 and 18. They hit the shot, beat UNC.
Oh, I know that great game.
UNC came back and won in 17, and then Villanova came back and beat the hell out of Michigan in 18.
There you go. So Ronell Stokes, today's qualifier for the bottom line. We will get that info, and then we'll get a winner in a couple of weeks. One of you guys
Getting close.
Going to New Orleans. For
Time is ticking down.
Can't say that two words for whatever reason. I don't. What they want. You promote their stuff.
No, you're not allowed to say Super Bowl either.
Yeah, why?
Who knows?
I don't know. Guys, we're going to talk to Tim McCormick next. Big news for the Michigan Wolverines today. One of their major setbacks today with a starter for them. We'll have that for you next. Ermanni and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line.
NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Hey, everybody, it's Maz for the Folding Warehouse and Hamtramck Folding, the football bowling game. That's right, throwing a football at bowling pins. You can't beat it. It is a lot of fun. Couple ways to play. You can do it $10 unlimited open play. Go when it opens and leave when it ends. Of course, when they close the doors. You can also get a private lane reservation for 10 of your friends or family. $120 gets you the lane for 2 hours. You want to get your drink on. They got multiple full bars, over 100 beers to choose from, and of course the $2 mystery beer machine, which is always fun. Bring your own food in, have a picnic. There's plenty of room. You can have it delivered as well. They don't mind. Ask for Chris and Noni Hut. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you. Get your fold on. Check them out at foldingwarehouse.com.
Get your brackets ready. We are excited as all get out for tomorrow's NCAA tournament. Excited for tonight's first 4 games as well. It's some fun last night. Indiana moving on in the Big Ten. Let's bring him in. Tim McCormick on Twitter at Tim McCormick40. Bally Sports Detroit analyst, 10-year NBA vet, Michigan alum. Tim, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, Tim.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's the team doing?
We're doing good. We're better with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Really excited for this weekend. And just, I think it's the greatest 2 days on the sports calendar coming up Thursday and Friday. But the news today, Tim, right off the bat, that Devante Jones is out, did not even travel with the team, and will not play tomorrow against Colorado State. What does that do for Michigan right off the top?
Well, my initial thought was I've been optimistic about this team. Colorado State and Tennessee. Now my optimism is tempered. I think that they will still beat Colorado State, but I don't see how you beat Tennessee without your second best player. And realistically, if you look over the last month, DJ's been averaging, 14 points a game. He really does a nice job in the glass. He's your facilitator offensively. He's a really good defensive player. So I think for one game, it'll be fine. You emphasize Hunter Dickinson more than normal. Eli Brooks is going to play 40 minutes. You expect your freshman to play some good quality minutes, and for one game you're okay, but not against Tennessee.
What's going on, Tim? My good buddy McCormick. Hey, quick, I got 2 questions. One's a quick one and then one's a real answer. One, why practicing so hard 2.5 days out before the tournament? Why practice so hard?
I wasn't at their practice, so I don't know how hard they were going. And there's times if you're going 3/4 speed, that's not a good thing either because you can get hurt. I think that to sharpen yourself and be ready to go, I'm not saying that it's a full court scrimmage, but I do think that, it's kind of a waste if you're going there and just walking through everything. You've got to get some work done, and it's unfortunate. But I guess if you're saying, do you blame Juwan for having a physical scrimmage? I don't. I've played basketball my whole life, and days before games, days after games. Pat Riley was the most physical coach that I've ever been around, and I remember we played 4 games in 5 nights. Patrick Ewing played over 40 minutes a game. And the next day, we were scrimmaging, and Charles Oakley and Anthony Mason were, knocking Patrick down. It's just, I'm not against the hard work part of it, but it's a good question.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely
not against that team.
I'm definitely not against the hard working part of it all. You definitely want to put that hard work in because you will be faced with real teams that are thirsty and hungry, like Colorado State. So more so, I guess I just wanted to ask. Here's a better question for you. We all watched the Indiana game last week. That second half was abysmal. It's probably one of the worst I've seen in terms of a team kind of collapsing. What do you do to correct that? What do you do to get in your guys? Is it coaching? Is it players? What do you do after that? Before you go into a tournament to kind of shore that up? What's the thought process behind Juwan and behind the team as well, and Phil Martelli?
I thought it was a complete collapse by everybody. I thought that the coaches did not coach very well. I thought that Hunter Dickinson was way too passive. He was outscored, 24-2 by Trace Jackson Davis. Look, if you've got the hammer, you use it. And Hunter Dickinson, from the 5-minute mark of the first half throughout the rest of the game, scored 1 basket. And that 1 basket was an offensive rebound tip-in. So he got 0 out of their offense. And as a big man, especially if I've got 13 points at half and they can't stop me, I expect that the entire second half that I'm going to get touches nonstop. Against Colorado State, this is a massive size advantage for Michigan. And Hunter Dickinson, especially with DJ out, needs to get a touch 2 of every 3 possessions. And if they go so far as to take all 5 of their defenders and circle Hunter Dickinson, I still would throw him the ball. because he's the best scorer and he's their best passer. And I would also go out there and say, Hunter, their coach said you're soft. like make it mad. Because
I agree.
Against Maryland and Michigan State, like Hunter would dunk on somebody and then he would come back and he'd be scowling and growling and staring at the other bench. That's the Hunter Dickinson that I like.
We all like that one. Tim McCormick joins us. Bally Sports Detroit, Pistons, and, of course, Michigan basketball. Talk about Michigan here a little bit. I think they got the benefit of the doubt of being Michigan, the Wolverines, to get that number 11 spot over Indiana, who I thought was playing really good. And I thought Indiana got the short end of the stick having to play last night. The Big Ten gets 9 teams in, just like last year. They disappointed last year. What are you expecting out of them this year?
I thought the Big Ten was better last year than this year. When you think about the 9 teams, there are no teams that are a 1 or a 2 seed. And 2 of the Big Ten teams were playing in play-in games. So 9 is great, but I think other than Illinois and Purdue, I don't see a lot of teams that I expect to go very far.
Even Iowa?
I don't think Iowa will. Iowa...
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I mean, do you think that Virginia Tech is going to go really far? Because they're the same story. You know, somebody that has some really nice weapons, and they got hot, and they built momentum, and they rolled right through with the desperation. I was so impressed with Virginia Tech and Iowa. I don't see Iowa in the Sweet 16. I mean, it certainly could happen, but I think that they're hot as can be. And to me, when you're relying on that offense and making shots, I'm just not sure if you can completely count on that to last for 2 or 3 weeks. I think that when you go back and you're carrying a piece of the net, you just cut down and you're hoisting a trophy and you go to your sociology and everybody wants to give you a hug and pat you on the back. I think it's hard to keep that nasty edge. And so I expect Iowa's going to come back to life a little bit.
Wow, I'm going to have to rip my bracket up. I got Iowa and Vatech in. I have Vatech even in the Elite 8. But I'll go back and look, Tim. Who are your guys? What teams do you like as upset picks? And then give me your Final Four and champion.
The big pick is Michigan over Colorado State.
All right. We're all on that.
That's an 11-6, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big upset. I'm going out on a limb there.
They're favored.
Yeah, so I think Villanova. I love their culture. I love what they're all about. Like, to me, they're Michigan football. You just know what they stand for. They carry themselves in a way that they expect to win. I think Villanova is going to go a long way. I've got them in the Final Four. I've already. LA guys are back. I think that they're going to be really tough to beat. I like Kansas. I always. I mean, if Kansas is on, I watch them. How can you not like a team whose center is named McCormick? Of course. Obaji is a pro. I think that Wilson is playing the best ball of his career. They've got multiple weapons. I like Bill Self this time of year. So, I mean, I can keep going. There's a lot of teams. I actually think Davidson's going to be really hard for Michigan State to beat. I'm not sure which Spartan team's going to show up. The one that lost like 7 of 9 and couldn't score the ball, or the team that brought that junkyard dog to the Big Ten tournament and played really good defense. I think Davidson's going to be a tough out.
And you mentioned Michigan State, Tim. I think a lot of us here locally just see Michigan State versus Davidson, and you pencil them into the second round. Yeah. But that's really not the case.
Well, so twice in the last 11 days, I broadcast Davidson. Okay, and so I was deep inside their program. I was watching their film, studying them. Look, a lot of people dog Foster Loyer, and Foster Loyer's a stud to me. I mean, he's undersized, but that kid is gutty. He's a pure shooter. And over his last 10 games, he's averaging about 20 points per game. They've got the conference player of the year in the A-10 and Luka Brajkovic. He's so skilled. He can make outside shots. He's versatile. He's a tough cover. And they've got a kid named Hyunjun Lee, who is the greatest player in Korea. Like, he has media members following him everywhere. And this kid is like Duncan Robinson. He's 6'7", and he might be the best shooter in the country. So,
Wow.
yeah, I mean, I would be really unlikely to underestimate Davis. I'm not saying they're going to win, because Michigan State is really good defensively, and they may have a tough time running their offense against the Spartans, but don't overlook them.
Talking to Tim McCormick, Bally Sports Detroit. Tim, I'm going to hit you with a NCAA question and a Pistons question, all wrapped into one. I have been watching Purdue like crazy. I am absolutely in love with Jaden Ivey. One, is Purdue a dark horse team because of a player like that can win a national championship and end the Big Ten streak? And as I watch Ivey, I think he would be the perfect fit for the Pistons to take in the draft as well. Where are you on each of those points?
So Ryan, I think that you're going to see Purdue and Kentucky playing for a shot to get to the Final Four. And you're going to have a post battle like you haven't seen in a long time. Oscar Tshiebwe transferred from West Virginia, and he's their best player. He might be the player of the year. He grabs every rebound. He's a super hustler. He reminds me of Montrezl Harrell a little bit, where he's just a ball chaser. And they also have Kellen Grady, who played at Davidson's a 2,000-point scorer, and he's their best offensive player. So I think that Purdue's got a really good chance to get to a Final Four, and Jaden Ivey is incredible to me. And I personally think that if you could get Holmgren, Banchero, or Jabari Smith, those are the three players that everybody has on their draft board, and I would take each of those over Jaden Ivey. But on the other side, I don't like the Pistons' athleticism on the perimeter that much. I don't think that they have great speed. And Cade Cunningham, you have to love everything about him. But if you were going to nitpick, he's not the most explosive, just blow by your man type of athlete. And so they're going to need to add some athleticism around him. And Jaden Ivey would be a great compliment. Can you imagine getting a chance to go to LCA a couple nights a week and watch Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey play together?
Sign me up.
That's a backcourt like Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. I know it's still early, and I'm not saying they're going to be in the Hall of Fame, but they would be pretty special.
How about Coach K, Timmy? His last run, his second game, if Duke wins their first game, he'd probably get to Coach Izzo if MSU holds off Davidson. Coach K versus Izzo, who do you like there, and how far can Duke go with this?
I like Duke. A lot of people don't like watching Duke. They root against them. I'm a big Duke fan. I visited there in high school and loved it. I've actually gone to Durham twice. With their program, and those are two of the favorite days I've ever had. I think that the way he runs his business, his culture, the expectations of the players, they step on campus knowing that they've got to compete academically. They're chasing championships, that they're part of a family that's ever enduring. I'm a big Duke guy, and I don't think they've played very well. They didn't play against North Carolina. They didn't play very well against Virginia Tech. But I do think they've got a lot of pride, and they've got way too much firepower. I think that if they played Michigan State, I would anticipate that they would win comfortably.
My guy, Tim, hey, I don't have a question. I just have to disagree with you, which is rare. I usually agree with everything you say, but I just like Keegan Murray. He's the only Big Ten player. He's with one of 3 Big Ten All-Americans. I love Keegan Murray. They were 26-9 this season, 15-3 at home. I like them, and they're trying to prove that they're the best basketball team in Iowa, because Caitlin Clark may have something to say about that. So I think that's their motivation.
He loves Caitlin Clark.
How do you not?
How do you not?
That's good. Hey, if you look at Keegan Murray, what would you think about he being a target of the Pistons?
I love Keegan. I'm all in on Keegan Murray. I would take Keegan Murray over Jaden Ivey. I love Keegan Murray.
Wow.
So let me ask you this.
He can shoot better, too.
The thing I worry about in March is that, you've got to have your go-to guy, but who's number 2 and 3? Who do you just know? They have a lot of guys that have had good games, but I want to know who your backup guy, who's your third scorer. Those are really important. And because you're playing some good opponents, they know who Keegan Murray is too. And they're going to send 2 guys at him every time. Keegan's really patient. I love his poise out there. But I'm just not sold on the support staff. They were hot in the Big Ten tournament. I need to see it.
Tony Perkins, baby.
He's good. He's coming on.
The great Tim McCormick.
Thanks, Tim.
We're always grateful for your time, sir. We're big fans of yours.
Yes, we are.
And we certainly appreciate everything you do joining us when Maz calls. Thanks so much. Continued success. We'll watch on Bally Sports Detroit and everywhere else you're on, because that's multiple places. Fox 2 as well. See you on Sunday nights there. Tim McCormick 40 on Twitter. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, guys. Good talking.
We're going to talk about Iowa soon, man.
Braylon loves Iowa. Guys, we're going to take a break. Come right back. Ermanni and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
What's the over-under? Should I tease? Who is the lock of the night? Make sure you're watching Woodward Bets to get the latest in sports betting and more. Woodward Bets daily on Woodward Sports.
SMA has been leveraging pro athletes and other notables for over a decade against the issues surrounding mental health and substance use disorder. With help of NFL alumni, Sean Jordan has been able to save lives and take a stance against these issues. You know, all we're really trying to do here, man, we're trying to normalize mental health. We're trying to destigmatize substance use disorder. That's what we're doing here. That's what the SMA is all about. Sports marketing agency. That's what the website is about. If you have any problems, they're very discreet. They're very private. If you have problems, if you know somebody that has problems and you want to reach out on their behalf, thesportsma.com. Once again, that's thesportsma.com. Everybody has problems. It's okay. It's okay to get help.
Hey gang, I want to tell you about Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac, located in Dearborn on Michigan Avenue. Get off your heels into some wheels. Come on down today. We're practically giving them away. Les Stanford Chevrolet in Cadillac. Hey, speaking of Chevrolet, Les Stanford, your Corvette king. You know about that all-new 2023 Corvette Z06, 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds. Are you kidding me? Woo! That's fast, flying.
Baby. That's fast, baby.
And if you don't want a Corvette, great. You want something else? They got it for you. Any Chevy Cadillac you want, they'll get it for you. Don't worry about that chip shortage. Don't worry about inventory. They'll get you covered. Give them a call, 313-565-6000. Look them up online, lesstanford.com, lesstanford.com. There you go.
Road.
Find them.
I forgot about the first 4 games tonight.
Yeah. Tonight.
I forgot. You got Bryant and Wright State, and then Notre Dame, Rutgers.
Ooh.
How about Rutgers? Let's go, Scarlet Knights.
These are the other 2 playing games, right?
Yeah.
Guys, I want to jump back to the Detroit Lions in a couple of minutes. I'll play our interview with Tracy Walker. But quick bow on the college basketball talk.
Where did everyone go, by the way?
Well, it is funny.
They only like football.
It is funny because, look, we're not like a traditional radio show where we're here for 4 hours and you talk about what you had for breakfast and what do you put on your grilled cheese sandwich? 248-500.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
I mean, come on. We're trying to talk a little sports here, but and for all the people on the YouTube chat, it is interesting. Well, I guess if you're on the YouTube chat, you're still here. But one of the benefits of this show compared to the radio, and I guarantee you, if the radio had literally a ticker with how many people are watching or listening to them,
they would drop as well.
It would not be what you think it is.
Yeah.
Or what they get credit for. It's just not. The one thing about this medium is we know exactly who's watching, for how long, when, and all that stuff.
And we know when they stop watching.
And we know when they stop.
And it's when we talk baseball or basketball.
Or anything other than the NFL.
Or Lions.
Or, which is NFL,
or draft.
Any non-Lions or NFL topic.
There's only one topic that has even decent amount of percentage, and that's hardball.
Michigan, football.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Football. Any
NFL and NFL and hardball.
Any non-football topic.
Yeah.
Don't you want to hear?
I don't understand. Especially now,
a basketball expert is on telling you about these teams. Don't you want an edge?
You know what that tells me? That tells me that your basketball team is not a playoff team. That tells me that your baseball team has not been a playoff team. And it tells me that your hockey team, well, you probably go see D-Mac on Big D Energy. Shout out to the boys on Big D Energy. You probably go see him for that. Correct. It tells me that those other two, they're like, we suck. So we just want to know about football.
I'm just curious because, we talked baseball yesterday.
Yep.
Like, to me, I could talk 2 hours baseball every day.
Me too.
Specifically on the Detroit Tigers, too. I could talk about baseball every day, all day.
Mike Rizzo signed with the Yankees.
Unbelievable. $36 million.
I know, they overpaid.
Hey, be careful. You might lose the rest of our followers.
No,
get us back on track.
Freddie Freeman's probably going to go to Red Sox. I'm going to throw up.
Oh, man. I feel bad
I'm
for
going to puke.
It's because everybody will say, oh, you only talk Lions. You only talk Lions. At the same time,
that's all that's watching.
Guys, I'm trying to give the people what they want.
Yeah.
And it's very clear what they want. And it's only Lions talk.
Yeah. They want Aiden Hutchinson.
It's just fascinating to me. I'd love to hear it. So speaking of Lions talk.
Segue. I love it.
Going to take a break. When we come back, Tracy Walker on playing for the Detroit Lions, why he's back in Detroit, and what it means to be $25 million richer.
We got Tracy Walker?
Yeah, we got Tracy Walker.
All right.
You'll hear from him next. Ermanni and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network. The bottom line. Shut up, man.
Think you're a big shot?
Oh, excuse me, it goes down.
Think you can make the big shot?
Washington fires and hits.
Woodward Sports wants to send you to the finals for college basketball April 2nd through the 4th in New Orleans. That's right, you and a friend in the Big Easy. We'll take care of the airfare, hotel, and tickets to see the finals for college basketball. Listen Monday through Friday to the Morning Woodward Show. Big D Energy and the bottom line for your chance to qualify. If you can make the big shot, you and a friend are getting out of the cold and to New Orleans.
Got it.
Keep listening and watching for your next chance to win. Powered by Planet Fitness, Centron, and the Sports Marketing Agency.
And it's over. Anything can happen in March.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risks, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
It is the perfect time to get a membership at Planet Fitness. Obviously, my mom told me yesterday that I need a membership to Planet Fitness. I told her I already had one. $10 a month
Only
is all
$10.
it takes. $10, that's right, Sam. $10 is all it takes. Hey, man, $10. 10 buckaroonies, 10 cheesies. $10. $10 is all it takes. Where your fitness is essential. That's at Planet Fitness. Over 2,000 locations worldwide. That means wherever you are, there's a location near you. And if you're in Detroit, check out in Midtown the new Planet Fitness at the Detroit Performance Center. Oh man, they're doing it big. And if you want to get fancy and get the black card for $22.99, those hydro massage strips, they are the stuff of dreams. Unlimited tanning. And also, Maz's favorite thing, you can bring a guest with you anytime you go. Basically,
that's 2 for 1.
2 memberships right there. PlanetFitness.com, or sign up $0 down in person.
In person.
Guys,
let's get back into some Detroit Lions talk. Tracy Walker signed a 3-year, $25 million deal with the Detroit Lions, re-signed with them. Really one of the biggest free agent targets for the team was taking care of Tracy Walker and bringing him back. Could have gone to a couple of different teams and said, bleep it, we're going back to Detroit. Had a chance to talk to him. I was barbecuing chicken yesterday.
Okay.
He
How'd
was
it come out?
real good, real nice and juicy. He was driving in his car and had a wide-ranging interview. Here you go.
When it boils down to it, why the Detroit Lions?
Well, simply because of the simple fact of the matter, it's my home, man. I've been here 4 years already. You know, the coaches love me. I love them. You know, my teammates embrace me, and you know, it's a great place to, you know, be a part of change. You know, I've seen the ups and downs here for the last 4 years, and I definitely want to be a part of the change. So it's kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine, and you understand, I heard you say today that you're tired of people knocking the Lions organization. You're tired of people knocking Detroit. How important is it for you to help change that?
And honestly, bro, it's one of my biggest goals simply because, man, like I said, I've been here 4 years, man. And the worst thing is coming across fans who literally, are the Lions going to be good this year, or are you guys going to suck this year? Like, I'm so tired of that, bro. That's so annoying. And to have to sit there and constantly answer those questions, man, I'm fighting for change. I mean, that's why I work hard every offseason. That's why I go to work each and every day. I don't go to work just to lose, you know what I mean? So for me to be out there and go out there and compete every day and to actually lose, you know, that's not cool at all in my head.
So you have been here for 4 years, Tracy. You've experienced ups, you've experienced downs. Why should people believe this is different? And do you understand if they say, you know what, I'm going to take a wait-and-see approach on this?
Well, I believe things are different simply because of the leadership, man, who I'm following behind right now. You know, Dan Campbell, man. You don't watch that guy, and you don't get no confidence from watching him and seeing things that he's done in Detroit since he's been here, then, you know, something wrong. I mean, like I said, it's just the energy he brings, let alone in his interviews, says a lot about who he is. You know what I mean? So, and it just goes to show the staff he chose. Those guys back him up 110%, man, and they're all about winning, you know? And like I said, it's easier said than done to win games in the NFL, but at the end of the day, man, those guys, bro, they make football fun. They make it enjoyable. You know what I mean? They make you want to go to work and compete every day. You know what I mean? Regardless of being underestimated or, you know what I mean, undervalued. You know, they give us that extra hope because they know what it's like to be in our shoes. You know what I mean? They were former players at once. So, you know, it's a good feeling to be behind guys that know what you're going through each and every day. You know what I mean?
If you were the general manager of the Detroit Lions, what would you do next to help the Lions on the field in 2022?
Well, if I was the Detroit Lions general manager, I would have signed me back. That's what I would have done. You know, I mean, as far as Brad's doing a great job, man. He's signed receiver. He signed a good receiver in DJ Chark. I mean, he's handling all the needs that we need, you know. Obviously, you know, apparently it's an old pass rusher situation with the whole Trey Flowers contract, all that other stuff. I mean, he got to figure that out, you know what I mean? Like I said, as far as that general manager aspect, I don't really look into it like that because my job as a player is to just do what I do best and control what I can control and to guide my guys the best way I know how, you know what I mean? So as far as when it comes to being a general manager playing that role, it ain't me. You know what I mean? I make sure everybody know their assignment and everybody ain't busting in cover 2 and cover 3. That's my job.
Tracy, do you believe like you guys will go to training camp and believe that you can compete for an NFC North Division championship this year?
For sure. We've competed against every team, and the best teams at that. I mean, we competed against literally 2 of the best playoff teams last year or 2 of the best teams in the NFL last year and beat them or almost beat them. I mean, you know what I mean? Beat Green Bay, beat Arizona, went down to the wire with LA. I mean, went down to the wire with Baltimore. I can keep going. These are playoff contending teams. You know what I mean? These are winning organizations that are good teams. And literally, we competed against the best of the best. You know what I mean? It was only 1 or 2 games we might have just been out. You know what I mean? That we just, you know, we're out of. But for the most part, we were in every game. So
hey, Tracy, just 3 years, $25 million. $25 million. I mean, just from where you grew up to the fact that now $25 million. What does that mean to you that you could do this now for your family?
It's a great feeling, man. It's a great opportunity for me. Like I said, just go out there and do what I do best, man, and to be rewarded to be able to do that. Like I said, it's a lot of hard work and blood, sweat, and tears that go in the off seasons, and even when I'm in season. So, for all my hard work to begin to start to pay off now. You know what I mean? And really start to showcase what I can do, man. Like I said, it's a blessing. It's a blessing, and I can't thank nobody else but God and my family.
It's awesome, man. It's unbelievable. I'm so happy for you, and thanks for taking the time to do this, Tracy. I appreciate it.
Man, you could be a fan of that guy, right? I mean, just a real dude. Just incredible stuff.
Nice job, man.
The best thing I loved about it is, he talked about hearing that same old question from Lions fans. He said, "Are you guys going to be good this year? Are you guys going to suck?" I know how that is. Being in Cleveland, that was the same question we got. Are you guys going to suck this year? Are you guys going to be good? But the good thing I like how he answered. He talked about. He said, "That's why I'm out here working. I want to be a part of change." That was the constant that I heard in that interview with him. Is he talked about wanting to be a part of change, believing in Dan Campbell, believing in mission, being a part of that change. So they really want to believe it. You saw in the locker room when they got their first win. You see it in the echoes and everything that they say. They want to be a part of change. So here we are, we're rooting for them.
Hey, Vinny B says, let's play a game. What's Tracy Walker driving?
Charger.
You going with a Charger?
Got to be some sort of Ford.
I was going to go Ford.
I feel like 80% of the team drives a Ford.
Why not?
I mean, how do you not?
Most DBs have Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
We'll have to ask him. Let's text him and ask him.
Guys, there is so much on this sheet I want to get to. I'm going to ask you guys right now.
Don't blow it all out.
No. There's so much on this sheet right now. I don't even know what to do next.
I'll tell you what to do next.
Okay. What?
Nah, go ahead.
I want to talk Deshaun Watson. I want to talk Baker Mayfield. I want to talk Buck and Troy. I want to talk about Kyrie. I mean, which way do you want to go, Braylon?
I mean, we talk about Kyrie in the 60 tomorrow. It's like it didn't happen. So we can do a mixture of both. Let's mix some stuff.
We're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through a lot here coming up. Ermanni and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network. The bottom line.
It's a blowout.
Let's mix it up.
We're gonna blow it out.
Oh.
Hey man, you blow that out.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
I'm Kay Cunningham. Working with Hall Financial to purchase my first home was easier than I could have ever imagined. They treated me like family from start to finish. Find out for yourself at callhallfirst.com.
Hey, it's my turn. I usually get the countdown from Alex Mayer, but I did not see his hand in the glass. So I'm telling you about Chili Peppers Tanning. Chili Peppers Tanning.
Attacking him like that.
How about that? You find the cleanest salons in the D, spotless sanitized rooms, trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals. They beat everyone by $5. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans, your vitamin D headquarters, 26 locations, and more on the way. Get your tan on. Be a pepper. ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
Hey, gang, want to let you know about Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. That's right. Anybody want to go get a haircut and win $100K?
I need a haircut.
Oh, man, who doesn't?
I need $100K.
We all do. Yes, you heard me correct. $100,000. All you have to do is get to Lady Jane's today, get a precision haircut, and register for your chance to be 6 figures richer. Get to a Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men near you and let one of their talented stylists treat you like a king. Lady Jane's, over 100 locations nationwide, by the way, open 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Walk in anytime, sign in, sit down. Before you know it, you are handsome and clean. Ooh-wee! was a big one. I blew a gasket on that one. My goodness.
All types of pause.
Get the Lady Janes today. Win $100K. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
It was wicked awesome.
Kyrie Irving, guys, last night, 41 points in the first half alone. This after sitting courtside for that ridiculous vaccine mandate in New York City that must end. I am calling on smart, sensible adults to end that ridiculous mandate. Ridiculous mandate. Let the man play, and while you're at it, let Aaron Judge play outside as well.
What's ridiculous is Kyrie Irving scoring 60 points, shooting 65% from the field, and literally having 60 points with 8 minutes and 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. That's what's ridiculous. What's ridiculous is the fact that Kyrie and KD have combined for 243 points in the last 4 games. Oh, by the way, Kyrie only played 3 of those games. That's averaging 30 points a game for each of those in 4 games. That's sick.
Has there ever been a...
No. I answer your question, no.
The answer is no, by the way,
yes.
To my question. Has there ever been a team that doesn't want a home court advantage, that wants a 7th game away?
God. Yeah.
The Brooklyn Nets.
It's a disgrace.
If this doesn't change, want a 7th game on the road.
Yeah.
Have you ever, even in professional sports, seen a situation?
It's a joke.
Where a team, a franchise, is maybe now again they're not going to get home court advantage. They're nowhere near having home court advantage. So that aside, but if they were, I could certainly see this team losing games down the stretch to ensure Kyrie Irving would be on the floor in a 7th game on the road. I guarantee you of that.
They're just ridiculous. And even if you look at the guys if you look at the other guys, the bench guys, the guys that come in, Patty Mills had 15 points last night. Andre Drummond is averaging a double-double for the Nets. Exactly. Bruce Brown Jr. is
a great block last night too.
Bruce Brown Jr. is scoring and playing amazing defense. His defense is very similar to that Mikal Bridges, who plays for the Phoenix Suns and will win Defensive Player of the Year. They're just a different team. And Seth Curry. If Steph Curry didn't have 47 2 nights ago, I would have forgot that he was the real Curry. Seth Curry is balling as well, man. They're just a great team to watch. And they're literally on a collision course with 76ers. That's what you talk about. That's what you want. You want the collision course? Well, here it is. Because they're going to finish in the 6th place. And then your 76ers will be in 3rd place. And you're going to have a collision course, and they're going to get destroyed by the Nets.
So we've got that angle going on right now. I mean, Brooklyn is that Eastern Conference, Braylon, is as good as I've seen it in a long time. We're not even last year's Eastern Conference finalists, the Atlanta Hawks, by the way, we don't even talk about them.
They're barely making it.
We don't even talk about the number 1 seeded Miami Heat at all. We pretend like they don't exist.
Well, we don't talk about the Miami Heat because the Miami Heat is the NBA's Eastern Conference version of the Arizona Cardinals in the NFL. It looks good, but when you look at everybody being injured for the Eastern Conference, tons of people have missed games. Guys are just going through the motions just to get to the playoff. Miami is the one team that's playing hard night in and night out. Miami is the one team who guys are there. You look at the Bucks.
Spoelstra's good, man.
He's a great defensive coach. He's a great coach, period, 100%. Bucks are the team they're the team that's going to fight with the Nets in the end. It's going to be them. But the interesting thing, it's that bottom tier that's playing so well for the Eastern Conference. You look at that 10, that 10, 9, 8, 7, the Hornets, the Hawks, they're all on 4-game winning streaks, not to mention the Nets, but they kind of don't count. So that's where you get the bulk of that strength from, is that lower seed, those 10, 9, 8. They're playing really well.
And Pistons are playing tough, too. He played without Cade last night. He was sick.
They're
always lost by 5. Yeah.
They're in the games, man.
They're in the games.
They absolutely are. Guys, I wanted to get this into as we bounce around here. I believe the Seattle Seahawks should sign Colin Kaepernick, and I'll tell you why. Colin Kaepernick is posting a lot of workout videos. He did so with Tyler Lockett and Tyler Lockett's brother. He did another one today. It looks like he can play. That's first and foremost. The city of Seattle of all NFL cities, perhaps would provide the least amount of pushback on any Kaepernick signing. So the fan base, I believe, would be on board with it. The head coach, Pete Carroll, is as strong as they come, maybe one of the strongest head coaches out there outside of Bill Belichick. So that is an angle. He wouldn't care what anybody thinks about Colin Kaepernick. The Seattle Seahawks need a quarterback.
Yes. 100%.
You are replacing Russell Wilson. And if this does not work out,
cost you nothing.
Zero.
Cost you nothing.
It absolutely is the right landing spot for Colin Kaepernick. I think if it doesn't work out, you could get a stud quarterback in next year's draft.
Yeah.
I think it would be really good for both sides. And I just think this is a match made in heaven, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, it will cost you nothing to bring him in for the veteran minimum. He didn't make 10 years, so his veteran minimum will be lower than that. You give him a chance to fight for it. Come in free, like you still can play. You look at the NFL right now, quarterbacks. Everybody's looking for a quarterback. And not saying he come in and be a starter and take him to the Super Bowl or anything like that, but he definitely has earned himself a right to come back to challenge for a second-string job or even a starting job. That is a brilliant place for him to be in Seattle. I think it will work. I think he knows that place. He played against them for two games a season playing with the 49ers. I think it's a perfect fit for him. I think it's fun. Like, let the man come back. He's still in shape. He's still going. We've given way worse second chances, and he didn't do anything to lose his first chance.
Well, here's another situation to look at. I mean, last year, Urban Meyer brought in Tim Tebow for a chance.
Not even at quarterback.
For a shot at tight end. So we have seen this before. I think it would be worth it to just take a look and see what he's got. Yeah. For an NFL franchise to take a look and see what he's got. This is a quarterback-starved league. The Seattle Seahawks are a quarterback-starved team.
Yeah.
And I just think all the stars align in Seattle. This would be the landing spot for me.
It's just perfect timing. Maz, what do you think about the timing?
I'm all in. I think the Seahawks are the place. Pete Carroll is the guy, like you said. Who's going to tell him what to do? If he wants to bring the guy in, bring him in. They're not going to win this year.
Yeah.
They're just not.
Nope.
It's inconceivable that they can knock off the 49ers and the Rams, let alone the Cardinals, who host the Super Bowl this year. So they're playing for next year. They're playing for the year after that. You said it yourself.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll wanted to get younger. He likes the rookies.
Yep.
He's looking towards next year. Why not give the guy a crack?
Yeah, 100%. You know, people. I see people all the time lobbying for Terrell Owens to come back. Last year was a big deal. Oh, T.O.'s still in shape. He still runs 4.4, which is a load of BS, by the way. But T.O.'s still in shape. He's the guy. He can come back. Let this guy come back. Cap's ready. Give him a chance. I think it would be fun, to be honest. Like, I think you're talking about something special. Well, George Foreman-ish.
Look, I believe we as a country love an underdog story or a comeback story. The comeback story. I don't know about underdog per se as it relates to Colin Kaepernick, but we do love a comeback story. And I think if you get him on the field and just give him a chance. And if he fails, he fails. You cut him. You lose nothing. That's what I always said about Tim Tebow going to the Jags last year. Everybody was up in arms that Urban Meyer gave Tim Tebow an opportunity to make that team. Why do you care so much? It would only – one of two things would happen with Tim Tebow last year. One, he's actually pretty good, makes the team and helps you become a better team.
Right.
Or B, sucks and gets cut.
Kind of like what happened, right?
So, kind of like what happened.
Exactly.
So, I will say to the Seattle Seahawks, there is no downside to bringing in Colin Kaepernick. One, he's good, and he helps your team be better this season. Or two, he's no good, and you cut him.
And he's better than Drew Lock.
Period.
I can bet you that.
Yeah, there's a ton of quarterbacks that are in this league that he's better than. Drew Lock happened to be one. Plus, he worked with Tyler Lockett. I mean, if I'm Pete Carroll, that's a guy that I trust. Tyler Lockett is the 3-time, 4-time Pro Bowler. He's worked out with him. He took his brother down there as well. I'm pretty sure Pete Carroll trusts the word of a guy like Tyler Lockett.
Seattle Seahawks, a perfect landing spot for Mr. Kaepernick. Guys, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, it will be Maz's videos of the day.
Don't sound so excited.
I'm very excited for this.
Jesus Christ. When we come back around, it will be time for Maz's videos of the day. Stay tuned. It's the bottom line.
I got you.
What do you get when you mix fresh, juicy, hormone-free chicken with our savory signature sauces? The best damn wings you've ever had. Wing Snob Traditional Wings. Try our Jamaican jerk or lemon pepper. And we toss them to perfection. When your wings are this good, it's easy to be a snob. Order online at wingsnob.com today. Wing Snob. We just have better wings.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Hey, everybody, you got till noon tomorrow. That's right, Thursday, to get your brackets in. That's right, it is the Bracket Challenge here at Woodward Sports. We want to put $1,000 in your hand. Woodward Sports and Papa Romano's wants to see who can pick the best bracket in Detroit. The bracket champion, all you got to do is be the best of us. You don't have to pick a perfect bracket. Just pick the best bracket. You win $1,000 in cash. Second place finisher, you'll win Adidas Yeezy Boost 350s.
Yeezys?
Yeezys. And third place finisher, you get a Papa Romano's pizza party. It's easy and free to enter. Just go to woodwardsports.com, powered by Papa Romano's Pizza. It is the Bracket Challenge, brought to you by Woodward Sports and Papa Romano's Pizza. You got till noon tomorrow. Get going, woodwardsports.com.
And now it's time for Maz's Videos of the Day, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, we'll keep it in the family. I'm going to start you guys off.
Here we go.
With a little Edwards family. Baby brother Bailey Edwards running a 4.38 at Albion College. Check him out.
We won't play in the Edwards family, man. We can run.
You do not play.
We can all run.
Dang.
How about that?
Now, does he get a tryout anywhere?
Nah, so he has 1 year left. He transferred to Albion. That actually went through. So he's literally, I feel like he's been in college forever, man. But he's gotten to Albion. Albion is a good spot for him. They got a good offense. Like him a lot. So they were just up there for the graduating class. So they were there. So he had a chance to run and work out for it. The scouts while he was there. So I'm excited, man.
That's awesome, man. I love that.
Well, staying there?
Flying.
Who you think that guy was with the black track jacket on as soon as he got to the finish line?
I know that.
Stan was right there.
Stan's always there. Stan, the man, we love you and we miss you, by the way. How about this game over the weekend? Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Our own stick, Chad Bush, at the game, doing this game. And they do a little throwback to the 70s, of the Dean Smith era. Remember the four corners offense that North Carolina used to run?
I do.
They used to kill about 10 minutes of a game. It was the worst. Look what Orchard Lake St. Mary's is doing.
I hate this, actually.
Let's hear some of the play-by-play, too.
Farmington going to switch it up, though.
Listen to this, okay? This is a state playoff game. Orchard Lake St. Mary's is up 5 in the fourth quarter. I think North Farmington is kind of happy that they're down just 5.
They're resting.
So Orchard Lake St. Mary's, there's no shot clock. They're just dribbling. They dribble for about 4 minutes and kill nearly half of the fourth quarter. So it is one of the most ridiculous things you've ever seen. I think North Farmington was really happy to kind of keep it at 5.
I can't be mad at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. If you're gonna play this and a team allows you to do this, then you should do it. What the hell is going on with North Farmington? Why is there no timeout? What is the coach doing? Why is there no press? Why, like, they're down. You're losing.
I just don't believe this is in the spirit of high school athletics.
You're going to see the coaches here in a minute.
I don't like this at all.
No, I don't like it. But even with that, though, I've never. Let me take a step back. I don't like it.
Look at this.
I don't like it. But with that being said, if I've never been on a court, whether it was high school, whether it was middle school, whether it was recreational, and just sat there and watch the guy dribble.
Look at the coach
for 40 minutes.
He was telling him not to foul
or
guard him.
Guard him.
I couldn't play for him.
What are you doing?
If I was North Farmington player, I'd have walked off the court.
And conversely, no offense, but I mean, I just don't think this is in the spirit of I hate this, actually.
We're talking about fixing things. They need to fix the shot clock. There needs to be a shot clock.
And I don't know how you implement that at different high schools to maybe the state gives them money so that at every gym you have 2 shot clocks. I don't know how. You know what I'm saying?
Every gym I ever played in had a shot clock, whether it was connected to the basketball or whether it was down on the ground, like Spartan Bob, and you just blow it. Like everybody has a shot clock in their gym.
You need at least a 45-second shot clock.
This is
ridiculous. I was actually mad about this.
Like,
it's terrible.
That was bad basketball back in the 70s. We used to despise
it's no way that
the
this is
four
legal.
quarters offense.
Not good. No bueno.
So there
Don't
you
like
go.
it.
Orchard Lake St. Mary's wound up winning this game, and good for them.
Go figure.
Good for them.
Well, they're like one of the top teams in the state. So
They usually are.
Not what I just watched.
No.
Hey, let's take you out. Let's give you some baseball. I always like to give you a little baseball. Let's take you out to Japan, their major leagues. How about this double play? Give a listen to the play-by-play.
要用这个球，投手球弹到了投手球，是被近凯。
哇，另类的双杀。
哦，另类的 double play， 所以这个球应该是没有落地。哇，林敬凯这个防守真的是有他的一个实力在。
That was a hell of a double play. You see the pitcher kicking the ball up?
That was a great double play.
Wasn't that nice?
Very good.
It was amazing.
All right.
Very
amazing.
Hey, let's take it a little basketball, a little March Madness.
Anybody cancel me?
do you remember Lehigh against Duke back in 2012?
Not over that.
No.
Lehigh against Duke in 2012.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, of course.
What a shocker that was.
Oh, man, the shockers.
Yeah, CJ McCollum. Here he is.
Yeah.
Roll it, Alex.
Top of the key with a three. Gets the bounce. Big shot for Duke. And a timeout call.
You fill out your bracket. You're going to get one of these this year. It's just who?
You might get more than one this year.
There's going to be a 15 beating a 2.
think?
I do. There's certainly going to be a 14 beating a 3.
You're going to have 6.
There's going to be at least 1 12 versus 13 game to go to the Sweet 16. I guarantee you there will be a 12 versus a 13 to play in the Sweet 16.
Let me give you the 12s.
Can we get a 1 knocked out?
I don't know if a 1 gets knocked out.
You got New Mexico over UConn. That's a 12.
I like UConn.
Let's see. Another 12 is Wyoming. Well, it's Indiana against St. Mary's.
I like Indiana. Okay.
Let's give you another 12.
Give me
Richmond,
13.
Richmond against Iowa is a 12.
I like Iowa.
And the last 12 is UAB Houston.
Richmond beat Davidson. As we've been talking about how good Davidson
Here's
is.
my
Richmond beat
13.
Davidson.
My 13 is Chattanooga. I got Chattanooga over Illinois. 13 over 4.
It's a good matchup,
Here's
too.
another one. South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits. That's your team there, Braylon.
Who does Baylor play?
Against Providence. Baylor is in the East. They play Norfolk State. That's a
Unbelievable.
116.
Unbelievable.
Only
Baylor's a
116
one,
won. Yeah, only 116 has ever won. That Maryland Gulf Coast team that beat Virginia a few years ago. That was amazing.
Baylor's going to lose.
Who's in the 13 line? Who would if Indiana gets by their game, which I anticipate they will?
Akron, UCLA would be the matchup.
I mean, Akron, don't sleep on Akron. Do not sleep on Akron. You could have that 12-13 right there. A lot of people believe UCLA is going to breeze through this thing and contend with Gonzaga, I believe, right?
With Johnny Juzang.
I'm telling you, watch out for Chattanooga.
Watch out for Akron, too.
Baylor's losing. Put it in the books.
First round?
Losing.
First round.
Baylor may lose. Baylor is really injured.
They're the national champs.
I know.
What does that mean?
They're really injured.
I'm going with Baylor losing.
I could see that happening as well.
Here's one for Braylon. He loves some dunks. 2011, D. Wade and Kendrick Perkins.
That he's taken the trap at the top of the circle, and they blindsided from the right corner for 2 dunks for Durant. Oh, Wade, what a play! Wow.
Oh, my God.
Hoochie mama.
I'm going to tell you like this, man. Dwyane Wade, once LeBron and Chris Bosh got there, he took a lot of time off for his back, which was fine because they were winning in there. But when that Joker plays, he could go down in history as the most underrated basketball player of all time.
Dwyane Wade? He's a Hall of Famer, top 75.
But he doesn't get the type of love they respect. Everybody forgets about him by himself, and they just equate it with LeBron and Chris Bosh and that. They forget about Flash. They forget about the Flash as dubbed by Shaq.
No doubt.
I got one more for you guys. Football player. Here's a little high school action for you, Ryan. I think it's high school. Little football player challenging his coach to a little wrestling match.
Ooh-wee.
Check this out.
This is old. I love this one, man.
Coach is going to pin him here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. It's over.
It's over.
That's it. Never challenge a strength and conditioning coach
Look at that.
He
to a
does
wrestling
that.
match.
He has literally like open challenges all season. You can run up on him behind him. He does it all season. It's some fun stuff.
Very good, guys. Hell of a show today. We got
gang.
NFL league year starts in less than 1 minute. We'll have loads of NFL tomorrow. We'll probably have a home for Deshaun Watson. What's next in Cleveland? Baker Mayfield is most likely out, regardless of what Deshaun Watson does. So who becomes their quarterback, and where does Mayfield go? Braylon, big day tomorrow as well.
Hey, fellas. Hey, ladies, fellas, continue to smash that like button. Continue to support. Go out there, watch our clips, get our information out there, get our content. Tell a friend about it. Tell a couple friends. Tell a family. Tell everybody. We're here to promote information for you, to bring you the best and the brightest, whether it's guests, whether it's hot takes, whether it's real takes, whatever it is. We're here to provide it for you. 1996, I watched a guy win King of the Ring, and after he won, he got interviewed, and he said he was here to put all the back room on notice. He told Jake the Snake Roberts to get some Thunderbird and get the hell out of the ring. That man was Austin 316. Happy 316 day. Bottom line, Sam, Maz, Alex, Ryan, we're out of here.
Boom.